I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your 3-minute cattle market update for Friday, January the 27th, where the failure in the board late in the week just took the starch out of the cash cattle market. And we've known that board's been a little bit top heavy here for the last 3 weeks and finally showed signs of starting to fail on the day after the stock market hit an all-time record high of over 20,000 and was higher again on Thursday. But you look at the commodity market there on live cattle, April contract, Wednesday was up just 27 cents, Thursday down $1.10, which was kind of a jolt because we haven't been seeing those big movements, and that was kind of surprising there, but ended the day with April on Thursday at 117.57. Your February spot fat cattle contract was down 117 at 118.70, and you got fats bringing into the 20s pretty good, so that's a negative tone there. Feeder cattle futures March contract Wednesday was down 32 cents. Thursday down 275. Like I said, we haven't been seeing those big volatile trends, but that's a jolt to the cash feeder cattle market too. But feeder cattle March contract ended Thursday at 127.10. January was down just 55 cents because it's got to come together here in just the next few days, ending at 131.82, which was really already your cash market has dropped below that. Real-time index on Beef Market Central is already below that 131.82, and after today, when your CME index comes out, it will be below that too. So that's pretty much justified. But if you look at the board there's not a whole lot really to look forward to, even though we've seen people kind of going crazy on these feeder cattle, and especially buying their grass cattle already, even though it's winter time. But your summer fat futures, and summer and fall both, August and October, are under 103. That's a far cry from where we're at now, so we've got a long ways to fall, and we always know whenever the market starts going south, it's just kind of a drag on everything. So that's what we have to look forward to, or really dread. But fat cattle traded on Thursday here, mostly at 122, which was kind of disappointing, although it was mostly steady. But on that Fed Cattle Exchange, you had a few pins there that brought up to 124, so people were kind of hoping for that 124, maybe thinking they'd settle for 23, but with the board opening down like that, they took the 122. It was spots $1 lower, maybe $2 lower in Colorado. Colorado just got 120 for their cattle, and some live sales in Nebraska at 120, but by and large, most of your cattle, all your Kansas cattle brought 122, and your Texas Panhandle cattle bought 122 also. But your dress market was $1 lower, 193 to 194, but still not too bad. Actual dress weights on steers come out for the 2-week delay, 898 pounds. That was down 7 pounds from the week before, but it got into that cold snap that we had there a couple weeks ago, so we knew that was probably going to happen. Your slaughter's been pretty decent this week, even though they said they shut some shifts down, but still 451,000 through Thursday. Last year it was 445 through this, so up 6,000 from the same week a year ago. Look at your cattle on feed estimates coming out today at 2 o'clock this afternoon will be your actuals, but give you an idea what the estimates were, so if you just hear what the actuals are, you can kind of make your own judge. But on feed as of January 1st, 99%, so real close to a year ago. Placements, they've got those estimated at 109%. It was also big. Remember, November placements were really big too, 15% up. But that's because folks didn't sell their cattle in September and October. They held on to them. And so a lot of cattle moved later in the fall than what they usually do. So we probably are going to get that. We sure don't want that placement to come in at 110 or more, or it's going to spell doom for the feeder cattle market. But usually when they get it jacked up there like 109, if it doesn't sound very good whenever you're getting ready to have it, then that gives it room to be okay, because all it really matters is what it ends up being compared to what they thought it was going to be. Marketing's at 107%, but there was an extra day in there. And remember, with the holidays falling on the weekend, we made it through the holidays with a pretty good slaughter schedule. But look at your feeder cattle markets through the mid to late part of the week. El Reno, Oklahoma had 10,800 head. feeders $3 to $6 lower, taking all that it gained last week back and a little bit more. Calves steady to $5 higher. A lot of people buying their grass cattle and buying some cattle to turn out on late wheat and graze out wheat. On Thursday, both Pratt and Salina, if you look at Beef Market Central, were $1 to $7 lower on their feeder weight. So these feeder cattle, the big, I'm talking 750 and up, they really took it this week after we thought they were making a rebound there last week. But look at the individual quote on Beef Market Central. Pratt, Kansas, Thursday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, had a load of 793-pound steers, bring 137 1/4, and that's a long ways up there above what the index is, and real-time index also, but undoubtedly those cattle had a lot of condition to them. That's 3 minutes. We'll talk to you next week.